Hello everyone and welcome back to week 4. We were working on the lab 3 and we completed the Excel workbook related to the orders dataset. Next we're going to be downloading the Tableau training and we're going to work with the same dataset and the Tableau environment. So I have already downloaded that and I'm going to just go to that new download and open that in the Tableau. Okay, I'm gonna update. It's asking for an update, but I will do that later. Okay. So when you open the Tableau environment, you will see that the show me is open. You can just close it. You don't need this data guide for now. And you will see some information or the guides and the caption, same as what we had in the Excel. We're going to follow these guides over here in this area to create the similar maps that we had before. Okay, so let's just follow the steps one by one. There are different worksheets on this downloaded Tableau, and we're gonna just work on each of those um, worksheets one by one, following these captions. Okay, so the first step, go to the first worksheet from the left, select the nominal comparison bar chart. We're going to create a bar chart to compare measure across dimensions. So we're going to drag region. Let's drag the region to the columns. Okay, let me do that again. Yep, okay. I got it. Next, we're going to drag profit to the rows. It's going to give you a bar chart, and we have the countries in the horizontal axis and the values in the vertical axis. It is harder to read the names here, so let's just convert that into the horizontal bars, because the labels are a little hard to read on this x-axis. So click on the icon on the top ribbon to the left of the sort icon. So this one, if you click on that, it will automatically just reorganize, replace the x and y axis together. Okay, you will swap the rows and columns. Then right click on the profit axis to select the format, and under the scale section, in the numbers field, you can just select the okay, select the format, and then you will see this new area or new sidebar will open, and under the scale part, under the scale section, find the numbers, and in the numbers field, select the currency custom, and then set it to 0 decimal points, because we want to see the whole numbers. Okay, and then I want to have the dollar sign, which is already there, and you have the numbers created over here. Okay, then make sure to save this. You can click on File, Save As. So we're gonna have our name over here. Lab 3 and my initials. Make sure this is on the package format. We're going to save it as a package and then save it in a location that you can easily find it. Next, let's work on the time series data, the time series chart. You can click this format part, so you can close the format part on the format sidebar, so you can see the of the variables, and we can work on the new variables. So drag the order date to the columns here in this part, because we want to see the time dimension and the changes in the other variable. We are creating a line chart, a discrete line chart. Okay, then drag the profit to the rows, and you see it's very similar to the initial step at the Excel that we had the only one line over here. So we're going to drag the category to the colors, and you will have 3 different colors over here. Then click the plus sign. Just next to the year, there is a tiny plus sign in this blue pill at the top in front of the columns. If you click on that plus sign, you will see that the quarterly graphs will appear. Okay, so after you click the plus sign on the pill for year order date, you will see the details by the quarter. Make sure to save the workbook as you go, making sure it is saved as either your last name, training, or save it as lab 3, your initials, whichever that you want. You can, after first time that you selected where to save it, you can then select this, okay, this icon at the menu, or simply just hold the control key and press S on your keyboard. Control S is going to do the work of this one. Okay, so next let's move on to the other category. And by the way, notice that this color category or the legend has been created over here for this time series. We're going to see that legend in other types of the charts as well. Okay, let's go to the ranking bar chart. To create a horizontal bar chart to show the ranking, we're going to drag market to the rows, and then we're going to drag the numbers, the number of records, number of the records to the columns. And then if you click on the horizontal axis and sort the data, sort the observations or the graph from largest to the smallest, you will see the longest bar at the top and the shortest one at the bottom using the sort icon over here. Okay, you can simply click on this and it will sort it for you. Then right click on the label for your horizontal axis and select the edit axis. Then you can change the title to orders because each record um, just represents one order in the dataset. Then make sure to save the workbook as you go. So if this is the first time that you are saving your work, saving this work, go to the file, go to save as, select the location that you want to save it, and make sure that it is in the Tableau Tableau packaged workbook. And when you click save, it will save it in the package format. And if you want to change the name, just change the file name and click save. It will save the file. And after that first time, the next time that you want to save this work, you can click on the save button at the top menu. All right, let's move to the next worksheet. And here we're going to create a vertical bar chart to show part to whole. So drag the ship mode to the columns and then drag the number of the records to the rows. Let me do that again. Okay, so it worked. And then in the rows shelf, click on the sum number. Let's just change this sum to the percentages. Okay, so after you click on this arrow, you can go to the quick table calculation and select the percent of total. Then you will have this percent of total number of records. The values for that percent is on the vertical axis, and you have the categorical variable, which is the ship mode, on the horizontal axis, very similar to the one that we created in Excel. Okay. Make sure again to save the work that you have done, just in case there a, a an error comes up. You still have the previous work saved, and you can continue where you left off. Then let's create a deviation bar chart this time. This time we're gonna just drag the country to the columns. Drag country to the columns. Then drag market to the filter, and here market is, drag it to the filters and select APAC because we are interested in only one of these categories. After you select the APAC, drag the profit to the rows. Let's find the profit and drag it to the rows, and let's change that sum to the average. So if you click on this arrow, click on the measure and change that to the average. Then click somewhere in this empty area and then highlight the bars that are negative, that have negative values, okay, that show an average loss, and select the group from the top menu, or you can just right click on these and select the group. Okay, it will group all those countries together, all those bars together, and then you can introduce a new color legend by using the down arrow on this on the color legend, this one. And then you can set the color for the negative bars. Okay. Okay, so in the legend, you just need to simply edit the colors. And let's say I want to have green for yeah, sorry, red for this one, and then I want to have blue for the other one. Then click OK, and you will have the two colored countries. The ones that have profit, they are shown with blue, and the ones that have loss, um, they have been shown with red. You can change the alias for these by right clicking on them, select the alias, and let's use loss for this. The red ones show the loss, and then right click again on the other alias and click and select the name and just type the profit over there, and you will have the red ones associated with loss in the legend, and blue ones being associated with the profit in the legend. Okay. Note that this is an easy beginner way to get the bars colored the way you want. In more advanced graphs, you would want to create a level of detail expression. So you could use this grouping in other visuals, or as users change the market displayed using the filter. Make sure to save your work before moving to the next step. So in the next step, we're going to create a scatter plot. So from the measures, find the profit and drag it to the rows. Then find the shipping cost and drag it to the column. So here you still do not have the scatter plot. What you're going to do is go to this analysis menu, okay, in the drop down menu, under the analysis drop down menu in the top ribbon, you're going to uncheck the measures entry, and this will just create the unaggregated observations. You will see all the data points in this environment. This will give you all the observations inside this the scatter plot, okay, rather than the total profit plotted against the total shipping cost. Instead of showing the total, it will show the each and every one of the points in this scatter plot. Then you're going to right click anywhere on the plot, and you can simply just add a trend line or remove it. You can show the trend line. See, I removed it, and then I can go back and then click on this, and I can see the trend line again. Make sure to save this, and next we're gonna work on the histogram. Click on the sales in the measure, and after you click on the sales, you're going to go to the create, select bins. For now, let's keep everything in the default numbers, but note that you can change all the numbers over here. So let's click OK, and you will see a new variable in the dimension part. It has been created in the dimension shelf, and you will see the name to be sales bin. Okay, and we're going to use that in our visualization. So we accepted the default bin size, but you can change it. Using that default bin size, we have this new variable being created. Next, you're going to drag sales to the rows, and then change the sorry, and then you're gonna change the measure type from sum to the count. And in dimension shelf, find the sales bin, again, the one that we just created, and you need to drag it to the columns. You see, we do not have categories yet. That's why we have all the information over here in this histogram, but we want to keep only a specific categories. So find the category from here and drag it to the filters. Select the furniture, click OK, and then find the subcategory, drag it to the filters again, and this time find the tables, check it, click OK, and you will have only the category of the furniture and subcategory of the table. Make sure to save this work, and you see that we have those bins being created automatically. It's not like Excel that we had to just edit the axes. Now we have the axis clear over here, and we have the histogram for our data set. So we are not going to sort these, because in the histogram it doesn't make sense to sort these. We want to see the distribution of the data, to see if the data is distributed normally or is it skewed. So these are already sorted by the bins in the horizontal axis. So we're not going to change that. We're going to keep it as it is, okay? Because this is not categorical variable. These bars are continuous variables based on the continuous variable, okay? Make sure to save this before moving on to the next worksheet, which is we are going to create a map. Let's create a field map. So the first step is to drag the state in this area. Give it a few seconds until it creates this map for you. Then drag the profit from the measurement area to the colors, and it's going to create a color for each state using the profit values. But we need to quickly calculate something because we want to see the growth from year to year. Okay. So for doing that, first we need to define the years. So drag the order date to the pages. It's going to create this panel over here on the right down corner that it's going to give you multiple pages that you can see several years in those pages. Okay, several years of the observations. Next, we're going to click on the after you create the years, you're gonna click on this arrow and this pink pill and pink and this green pill to make some quick table calculations to year-over-year growth. So when you change that to year-over-year growth, you're gonna see that your table is your map is pretty drab. There are no colors. But at the same time, if you look at this legend over here, you will see that the color is actually um, mm, extreme and two different colors. We have green and we have red. So two endpoints are really extreme, and that's making the variation in the middle fail to show up. So what we are going to do, we're going to edit the colors on the legend, but we're going to choose the advanced. Okay, so what we are going to do is simply we're going to edit the colors over here. Right click on the legend and edit the colors. Instead of automatic, we're gonna select these numbers manually. So let's have that custom number being between -5 and 5. So normally automatically it will select these two colors of green and red. You can select any other color, but I will go with the blue one because it is the safest in reporting colorful charts because of many issues that the other colors might have in the printing and etc. Besides, about 11% of the people are red-green color blind, so it is good to have that in mind and just create a shade of blue color or any other theme that you or color theme that you would prefer to have. Next, if you just toggle between years using this panel at the right bottom corner, you will see the changes and the growth between those several years from 2012 through 2015. Okay. All right. So save the workbook. Make sure it is saved as the previous one, as the one that we saved earlier with your name on it, and then we are done with this assignment. So let's close this, and next we're gonna discuss so let me show that in the canvas. If I go back to week 4, we're gonna be discussing these examples, data visualization critic, and basic visuals in Excel. We're going to talk about some examples that why it matters to create a clean and exact charts that everyone could understand and could help the people to see the story behind the data. We don't want to lie to the people, just like some of the examples that we have here. We're going to see it here. Instead of lying, we're going to simply create graphs that tell the story. Okay, so we will continue from there and hope to see you in class.